Well, it is sacred to half of the people on Earth. It's been fought over more than any other place in history. We're talking about Jerusalem, and now you have the opportunity to virtually visit its holy places in an unprecedented way. Jerusalem, presented by National Geographic Entertainment, will make its premiere here in Albuquerque this Saturday. And with us, what a treat, Daniel Ferguson, the writer, producer, and director of the film, joins us this morning. Thanks, Daniel, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So this is exciting for us here in Albuquerque, in New Mexico. Let's talk about the story and,
Sure.
And how it all came about for you guys.
Well, this is a 5-year project, you know, an exceptional part of the world. The story is, you know, I realized when I was researching this that Jerusalem is many cities, buried one on top of the other, going back thousands of years.
Yeah.
And it's also cities side by side. So you have Jewish, Christian, and Muslim living side by side, often totally unaware of each other's Jerusalem. And so that was the inspiration. We follow the lives of 3 young women, aged 15 to 18. And then we also have an archaeologist, Dr. Jody Magnus, who takes us underground. And then we've got Benedict Cumberbatch, who narrates the film and sort of takes us through the scope of thousands of years of history and what it means to us today.
That's fantastic. And we're taking a look at some of the images there. Was this difficult? Was this a difficult film to put together? I mean, you mentioned 5 years, but I can only imagine with the restrictions. I think there's they have like no fly zones and whatnot.
Absolutely. No, this was not an easy film to make. I mean, there's no shot on this film that was easy. But we knew that going in. I mean, Jerusalem is holy to half the people on the planet. And so, you know, you ask for permission to fly in the air and people say, are you crazy? You know, you're not going to get in the air. We flew over 500 feet over the old city of Jerusalem. We took the audience through the Holy Land, you know, some of the most iconic places. You know, if people are coming from a biblical background, they get to fly over the Jordan River, the Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, all these iconic places we've grown up with. So that's the key in these films.
Yeah, and this one's certainly, where does this stand out? Where does this stand in terms of the work that you have done prior to this?
Well, this is exceptional. I mean, this is a very special film for me. I made 14 trips to Jerusalem. I moved my family there.
Wow.
I became totally enamored with the city. I've done about 70 of these big 3D movies with IMAX cameras. And, you know, these are films that are designed to sort of educate the public. But you know what? You're the main character in this movie. You get to go to Jerusalem. It's like the ultimate backstage tour of Jerusalem and the Holy Lands. You get to go above the city and below the city, and you get to enter the lives of the people who live there. So I think it is unique. You know, it's not like any other documentary that's been made about Jerusalem.
Sure, and we are, again, what a treat for us to have this opportunity. The premiere here in Albuquerque is on Saturday. We have some specific information popping up on your screen here. It's over at the National, inside the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science. That's the Old Town area. Saturday. You guys are on tour right now, or you're on tour pretty much just kind of promoting this film.
Well, we're playing in cities across North America, Europe, Asia. We open in Sydney, Australia this week as well. So it's amazing to see audience responses. You know, I think everyone's curious about Jerusalem. And you know, the way to see it is to go and see it on a 5-story high screen in 3D. You really feel like you've gone. I think a lot of people are curious and they want to go to Jerusalem, but for various reasons they just can't. And this is an opportunity to go, and it's a lot cheaper than a plane ticket to that part of the world.
And might I add, I think it's kind of fascinating how you're telling the story of 3 women, you said, from 3 different traditions.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, well, I wanted to do something that was counterintuitive. You know, we see these images of Jerusalem, we think of it as a very sort of patriarchal, austere place, filled with conflict and so forth. And you know, the reality is, it's so nuanced and so different from that. We never hear from women, for example, what it's like to grow up in the city, young women. And I think audiences will be surprised. I mean, I was. Jerusalem surprises you, whether you're Christian, Jewish, or Muslim, or secular, and have no interest in religion. You know, this tiny place has inspired so much of our culture. You know, our paintings, our poetry, literature, the Bible, current events. It all comes from Jerusalem. So I think there's something for everyone.
What a treat. Daniel, thank you so much for dropping in. I know you're very busy. For more information on Jerusalem and where you can go see it, we've made it easy for you. Just go to our website, casa.com, click on the Casa blog.